The number you have dialed has been changed.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time, don't judge me. But today we're going to be doing like how I paint with watercolor and colored pencil. And today I am doing a commission for one of my good friends, Tasman. I will link her Instagram below. And basically that's how I take all of my orders through my Instagram, which is honeybee86. Anyway, so basically, she wanted a commission of a scene from Howl's Moving Castle by Studio Ghibli or Studio Ghibli. I'm unsure of which way to say it, people say it differently. And basically, I start off with a light sketch with my pencil. I usually use like an HB or 4H, like one of the lighter sides, just to get an overall idea of like the composition and like how I want it to look. And then sometimes once I'm done with the sketch, I'll either erase it and then go in with a pen or a like 6B pencil. Otherwise, I'll just leave it as it is. And I start off with like a first wash of watercolors. And usually I start from light and then darken as I go, because with watercolors, you can't really work on top of it. Like you can only go darker, you can't go lighter. So that's why I always start with where I'm going to keep the lightest. Usually I keep the lightest parts white, and then I'll go and start like painting parts, and I will darken as I go. So I usually do it like in layers so that I take more time to do it and it comes out how I like it better, rather than rushing to do the darks and then it comes out really muddy and I don't like it. And this is the scariest part for me, starting paintings. I don't know why. I just always think it's gonna come out so bad when I start, especially after the first wash, because it literally just looks so messy and I hate it so much. But like, I always try and remind myself that I just need to trust the process and get into it. And you know what, hopefully it doesn't come out that bad. And usually once I start something, it's hard for me to stop. Like I'll start painting and want to paint throughout the whole night, and sometimes forget to like eat and sleep, which is really a problem. I'm trying to fix that, but like for now that's kind of how it is. So I really struggle with good time management, because when I'm really excited, which is great for when I need to do things, but then it's a problem when I have no motivation, because then I don't want to do anything and it's really hard for me to like start anything. So yeah, that's also part of what I need to like work on, and actually trying to figure out how to focus on what I need to do instead of always getting excited and starting things and then never finishing them. And I did this over a few days, so please don't mind the lighting changes. And I like did this in the evening. I don't know why I wanted to do this in the evening. I was just more motivated in the evening to do it. And then once I'd gotten the basic colors in, I would go in and darken and saturate specific areas while trying to keep my lightest areas either white or as light as possible in order to achieve the contrast in the overall piece. And Howl's Moving Castle is one of my favorite movies, and Studio Ghibli in general is my favorite animation studio. Even though I have to admit I've not watched all of their movies, but whenever I feel down, upset, anxious, or especially when I'm feeling insecure about my art and work, I turn to Studio Ghibli movies for comfort, but also for inspiration. The storytelling techniques used by Studio Ghibli really move me in ways that is really difficult to describe, and I'm sure if you're also a Studio Ghibli fan, you can relate. And once I was happy with the painting so far and it had dried substantially, I started to use my colored pencils. And the idea of using colored pencils was actually a technique I saw other artists use, specifically like Very Little Peach, who is one of my favorite artists, and she does this in a lot of her work. And the day I tried this, I swear my whole life changed. I'm in love with using colored pencils with watercolor because of the way it brings out so much more color and smoothens the shading a lot, especially when using cheap watercolors like me. And so the saturation of the watercolors aren't that great, but using colored pencils really brings out the color so much. And I really like the overall look, but also the texture that it brings to the piece. And the next morning, once I was done and kind of happy with how it came out, I signed it and packaged it. I included a few freebie stickers, which is usually what I include with any order, and I wrote her a thank you note with my details on the back, and put the pieces of cardboard to protect it when it needs to be shipped, just in case it like would get bent and stuff. And that's basically how I do watercolor paintings with color pencils. And I really hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it means a lot to me. And check out my other social media. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, but mostly Instagram and Twitter. TikTok, it's I like to be on it, but I don't really like to create much on there. And we can chat more and share memes. So okay, bye.